how we've been having this conversation about the unity of Nigeria. And I reflect back at some of the prominent statements made by some of our founding leaders. And I feel that probably this will help us to have a conversation on the Nigerian unity. I just brought four, not to bore you. First, and I quote, not my statement, Nigeria is not a nation. It's a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. This is accredited to Chief Obataobie, the former Prime Minister of the Western region. The second one, and I quote, it is true that we politicians always delight in talking loosely about the unity of Nigeria. 60 years ago, there was no country called Nigeria. What is now Nigeria consisted of several large and small communities, all of which were different in their outlooks and beliefs. The advent of the British and that of Western education has not materially altered the situation. And the many and varied communities have not knit themselves into a composite unit. This is accredited to Sir Ahmadu Bello, former Premier of Northern Region. The third, and I quote, since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country. But the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs, and do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. The Nigerian unity is only a British intention for the country. This is
ethnic groups in all regions to come together and keep Nigeria one. The saying in your country, to keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. Today I urge all Nigerians, from all religions, all ethnic groups, and all regions, to come together and keep Nigeria one. The saying in your country.
In this state is under assault. There is an attempt at ethnic cleansing in this state and, of course, in all the riverine states of Nigeria. We must resist it. We must stop it. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits that kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
Ethnic groups in all regions to come together and keep Nigeria one. The saying in your country, to keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done.
In September 2015, the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, established Operation Safe Corridor to encourage willing and repentant Boko Haram members to surrender and go through a well-structured de-radicalization, rehabilitation, and reintegration program.
Ethnic groups in all regions to come together and keep Nigeria one. The saying in your country, to keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done.
We can say now banditry is an industry in Zamfara State. Last month, we arrested a member of the State House of Assembly in banditry here in Zamfara State. we arrested a district head. We also as well arrested a former local government chairman. So you can see that involvement of this class of people in banditry is making the situation to become more and more complex. So in essence, I can say that all caliber of people now are involved. All manner of people are involved in this banditry. More alarming and more disturbing is the involvement of a district head in supplying drugs to the bandits. So in that respect, your presence here today,
ethnic groups in all regions, to come together and keep Nigeria one. The saying in your country, to keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. Ethnic groups in all regions, to come together and keep Nigeria one. The saying in your country, to keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done.
Would you tell us what the talks were all about?
No.
You now agreed to join the other.
What do you mean?
UPN.
Join other in what?
On behalf of our three political parties, and in the name of the vast majority of the people of Nigeria, we reject in its entirety. We reject in its entirety and without any reservation whatsoever the declaration of the Alhaji Shehu Shagari as President-elect. We have decided to challenge the Pedico decision in the law courts. Notwithstanding the court action, and to save this nation further anxiety and uncertainty, we call upon the Supreme Military Council as the highest legislative and executive authority to annul the declaration of Pedico of Alhaji Shehu Shagari as President-elect and ensure that the Electoral College is convened forthwith to conclude properly the presidential election as provided by law.
You cannot give any credit to the NPN for getting figures out of rigging. You can do nothing about rigging. They rigged, super rigging.
The presidential inauguration in South Africa. Why was Tinubu placed behind smaller African leaders? This is a disgrace to the biggest black nation in the world. It's being relegated to a lesser position during such an important event is a clear indication that Nigeria needs to reassess its diplomatic standing and take concrete steps to improve its global image. This is a disgrace to the biggest black nation. Nigeria must rise and elect responsible leadership to reclaim its rightful place on the global stage. Tinubu was left without even a handshake and could be seen clapping his hands, seemingly reacting to this high-level snub. He should serve as a wake-up call for all Nigerians. It's time to take decisive action, elect leaders who can represent the country effectively, and reclaim Nigeria's rightful place as a leader among nations. It's crucial for the country to demonstrate strong leadership, to earn respect from other nations, and also to ensure that its citizens are proud of their nation's standing.
Ethnic groups in all regions to come together and keep Nigeria one. The saying in your country, to keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. Today I urge all Nigerians, from all religions, all ethnic groups, and all regions, to come together and keep
kasar za a duba sannan kuma a zama jajirtattu masu ibada kuma da yi sanya kasar a addu'a. Allah ina roko matasa kada su abun nan samu wato rashin shiga aikin soja din nan da ɗan sanda da navy da air force duk wani aiki duk wani dai wanda za a tsare a ganka al'umma ce alfahari da kai kasa su yi alfahari da kai anguwarka da ka fito su yi alfahari da kai su san lalle kai din wannan alhamdulillah ire-ire wannan muna bukata Allah ya yawaita mana da su a kasa.
Let's go! Let's go!
Today. Are you seeking an out-of-court settlement with the federal government?
It's them that is holding me. They should tell me what they want to do with me.
No, it's a direct question. Yes. Sir, are you seeking an out-of-court settlement with the federal government?
I can't seek what I didn't initiate. They are the ones that kidnapped me and brought me here. So it's whatever they say that will happen.
But your lawyer is trying to move Section 17 of the Federal High Court Act,
yes,
which calls for negotiation. Are you in line with that?
I reminded the judge of powers.
I think it's the judge's powers. I don't think it's within his powers. It's for the judge to decide.
Okay, so would you want the judge to decide that?
Yes. It is up to her discretion to do that.
Okay, but now she has sent you to the AGF. So how would you explore that particular position of the court?
Well, the prosecutor who is prosecuting by fiat is not opposed to that. He too said we can go to AGF, and we are saying AGF can also come to us. That's correct. So that means they are open to the prospects of reconciliation. That's what the law says.
Okay. He's actually putting the law what the law says.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not me.
Thank you very much, sir.
Young Africa! Nnamdi Kanu! 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 Young Africa!
These are the kings and royal majesties of Biafra land. I am Mazi Oga Samuel Madabuchi reporting for Family Writers directly from Faruku, Ibeku, the homeland of our king and queen, whose bodies are being laid to the Mother Earth today. Here are all the kings and the royal highnesses of Igbo land from different parts of Biafra. Igbo, Ishekiri is here, Ibibio is here, Ikwere is here.
We've suffered a lot in Africa. I don't know if you know that. Africans have suffered from slavery in Arabia to slavery in Europe to slavery in America. So I think we should focus our time and devote it towards making sure that this continent stands up to what God promised it is going to be. And that's what we're doing, what we are doing.
Of South Africa. Ignore President Tinubu the presidential inauguration in South Africa. Why was Tinubu placed behind smaller African leaders? This is a disgrace to the biggest black nation in the world. Its being relegated to a lesser position during such an important event is a clear indication that Nigeria needs to reassess its diplomatic standing and take concrete steps to improve its global image. This is a disgrace to the biggest black nation. Nigeria must rise and elect responsible leadership to reclaim its rightful place on the global stage. Tinubu was left without even a handshake and could be seen clapping his hands, seemingly reacting to this high-level snub. He should serve as a wake-up call for all Nigerians. It's time to take decisive action, elect leaders who can represent the country effectively, and reclaim Nigeria's rightful place as a leader among nations. It's crucial for the country to demonstrate strong leadership, to earn respect from other nations, and also to ensure that its citizens are proud of their nation's standing.
Lieutenant Colonel Oluwatoyin Ibrahimo is part of the Nigerian Army's effort to curb insecurity in the southeast.
In conjunction with sister security agencies, the exercise is expected to consolidate on the ongoing operations against the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra and its affiliate group in Ebonyi State. Additionally, the exercise will be conducted based on real-time intelligence to checkmate prevailing security challenges. It is hoped that the year's exercise will record more successes than the previous exercises.
Flagging off the exercise, the state governor, represented by the Commissioner for Border, Peace and Conflict Resolution, Ebonyi State, Donatus Ilang, appreciated the Nigerian Army for the exercise and called on the people to eschew all forms of vices and support through useful information.
The activities they are going to carry out is to ensure that there is sustenance and management and maintenance of peace within the villages, all our localities and local governments, especially in warring zones. I want to urge all of us to cooperate with the army, the police, and the sister security agents to see that this operation is very successful.
Exercise Golden Dawn 3 is expected to end on the 5th of January 2024. In Abakaliki, Lieutenant Colonel Oluwatoyin Ibrahimo is part of the Nigerian Army's effort to curb insecurity in the southeast.
In conjunction with sister security agencies, the exercise is expected to consolidate on the ongoing operations against the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra and its affiliate
groups in all regions to come together and keep Nigeria one. The saying in your country, to keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done.
Nations have a right to choose their own alliances. There are inalienable rights governments must protect. The rule of law must be cherished. Sovereignty and territorial integrity of all states must be respected.
The UN Charter and its principles of sovereignty, territorial integrity, human dignity, and the right to self-defense, these principles are universal and we must uphold them. International law must be protected always and everywhere, without any ambiguity, in Ukraine, in the Middle East, and everywhere in the world. This is our global responsibility.
Self-preservation must be protected at all costs. Today, the Biafra Liberation Army have neutralized dozens of these terrorists in our land, and we are proud of them. They will continue to go down. Our demand is very simple. Pull them out of Biafra land. Remove every checkpoint. If you do not dismantle all the checkpoints, they will continue to die. We will continue to excel. We will continue to deal with Nigeria, and Nigeria will never ever remain the same until Biafra exits from Nigeria. A government that uses violence will be responded with the same and equal measure of violence in self-defense. So I told them, oh my God, here is not taken. I will turn to a beast and Biafra will come. Nigeria has no rule of law. Their rule of law is gun and bullet. And we have...
I look forward to have, something like this to attend in the future. And I am here to build bridges for those who have connections that can benefit us. I am open for that connection. Thank you.
I can assure you that we have build alliances with countries. Countries and the effect will be felt in due time. I am telling you, it is not mouth. We have built alliance with countries.
Today, the international communities has turned their back against Nigeria to destroy the evil entity called Nigeria. We have